During breakups, people in healthy relationships can part ways and start the process of moving on with their lives. But if one of the two is toxic, then the other partner may become the victim of stalking. This is the case of Alice Ruggles, who was brutally killed by her stalker.
Did you murder Alice?
No, I did not murder Alice.
Do you have any knowledge of this?
No, I don't have any knowledge of this.
A soldier named Trimaan Dhillon was posted in Pennycook, south of Edinburgh, and was assigned to the two Scots. While he was serving in Afghanistan in a non-combat role, he met Alice online by a mutual friend. Trimaan Dhillon and Alice had a brief relationship at the beginning of 2016. His attentive and kind behavior won her over. They met in January 2016 and enjoyed a fun week together in Newcastle and another in Edinburgh before he returned for his final 2-month tour of duty. When Dhillon returned to the UK in April, Alice's friends came to pay a visit to her home, where they noticed that she was a little distracted and had lost a lot of weight. Additionally, she stopped socializing. She ended her friendship with her housemates and relocated to a new ground-floor flat in Gateshead with her coworker Maxine. During this period, Dhillon began to criticize her appearance, her way of living, and her relationship with her friends and family, and as a result, she gradually grew more alone. Furthermore, he had changed the password on her Facebook account to take control of it, which she later shut down and started a new one. The cumulative impact of Dhillon's actions on Alice was extremely noticeable. She went from being a joyful, sociable, lively person to becoming depressed and lonely in a matter of months. One day, Alice was contacted by a woman who said Dhillon had expressed interest in dating her. Dhillon had actually been cheating on her the entire time. He pretended to be single and was in touch with a lot of women. Alice ended the relationship at this point because she could no longer trust him. Dhillon was not ready to accept the breakup.
Please. I can't do it.
In the weeks that followed, he constantly bombarded Alice with calls, texts, voicemails, and emails. Some were pleading, while others were aggressive and threatening. He said in a message that he got everything that he wanted, so this time, how should he separate the girl from himself, who belongs to him? Dhillon had grown obsessed with Alice. She initially made an effort to be kind to him because it was not in her character to be unpleasant. She wanted to end things on a good note, but Dhillon wasn't ready for the breakup at any cost. When she started ignoring his messages, he hacked into her social media, and it became clear that he had been reading all her messages in order to figure out whom she was speaking to and where she was. He learned that Mike, an army officer, and Alice had started dating at the beginning of September and set out to ruin it by reaching out to Mike, making up stories about her and tricking him into thinking that Alice was cheating on him. When nothing worked out, Dhillon went to Alice's house on the 30th of September. He rang Alice's doorbell several times, but she didn't answer the door because she thought it might be her ex-boyfriend. A few hours later, when Alice was sleeping, he climbed the back garden fence and knocked on her ground floor window. When she opened the drape, she noticed flowers and chocolates on the windowsill, as well as Dhillon leaving. He left a terrifying voicemail in which he repeatedly stated that he didn't want to hurt her and wouldn't kill her.
After we spoke and he didn't want to speak, well, he didn't want to call me again, so that's why I decided to come down to give you flowers and chocolates. Now I'm on my way back. If you want to take it, you can take it. If you want to bin it, you can bin it. It's completely up to you. I just wanted to do something just to say I'm sorry and show that I really am sorry. And yeah, that's the least I could have done. But I know you're not going to come out in front of me and speak to me, so that's why I left it there. If you want to speak to me, it'll be good. If you don't, there's nothing I can do. Anyways, sorry for waking you up. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Bye.
She finally contacted the police, who were initially very concerned and told Alice that Dhillon could be stopped. They classified the situation as harassment and sent Dhillon a police information notice, or PIN.
Evening, Northumbria Police. Chris, I can help you.
Hi there. I just need a bit of advice, really, more than anything. So I split up with my boyfriend about 3 months ago. Since then, I know that he's hacked into my Facebook and also my phone. He's been sending me a lot of messages, even though I've asked him not to contact me. And basically, like, just messaging my friends and things. And then tonight, he's well, I had a knock at my door. Well, he'd sent me a message saying I've been in the garden since 5. I had a knock at my door, and then when I went and looked, I've got like a little, the thing that you can look through, and there was no one there. And then it happened again, 2 or 3 times, and then he's come round the back, knocked on my bedroom window at the back of my flat, the ground floor flat. He's been outside and he's like left some flowers and chocolates on the like outside windowsill, and like he walked off. He's not done anything, but I'm concerned. I've been putting off. Like, my friends have been telling me to call the police. I've been putting that off, but I just feel a bit, like, shaken up tonight, so...
Well, it can be classed as harassment.
Yeah.
Which is a crime.
Yeah.
If you want any contact from him, there's a number of things you can do.
Yeah.
You can go to a solicitor and take out an injunction.
Yeah.
Keep him away from you.
Yeah.
Or report it directly to the police now, and we can issue him the PIN notice, which means if he ever comes near you again or contacts you again, he'll be arrested.
Okay.
So which would you prefer?
Can I try that option, please?
Yeah, of course you can. I'll let your name, please.
Oh, sorry, it's Alice.
Despite this, he sent her a package with a letter and a few other things in it. In the letter, he wrote about Alice calling the police on him and that he was now suffering the consequences, including having his phone, laptop, and iPad taken away, which was a lie. After a week, Alice called the police again to report that he was still contacting her and sending letters. But this time, the answer was less sympathetic and no action was taken. Alice was distraught because she now felt that there was nothing that could be done to stop the stalking. Alice came to the realization that she was not at all protected. She started taking help from her colleague to drive her to the front door of her house every day. 5 more days later, on October 12th, Dhillon broke into her apartment and killed her brutally. Soon after, Alice's flatmate Maxine returned and discovered Alice's dead body.
Please, I've just come back to my flat and the door was locked, so I crawled through the window and my flatmate's covered in blood in the bathroom.
Is she breathing?
I don't know, I can't look, I'm sorry.
Okay, try and stay calm.
Alice! 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 Oh my God, she's dead!
Dhillon was arrested just a few hours later as a result of Maxine's information and quick action by Northumbria police.
Are you saying that Alice is dead? Or someone's...
All I can tell you is that you've been arrested on suspicion of the murder of Alice Ruggles.